Hey, my name is Brad Huffman, and I'm a mortgage advisor with Midwest Bank Center. And I want to help some of you that may be wanting to buy a house, but you're debating whether you should do that now or whether you should wait until, if there's 6 months or another 12 months from now. I put together some numbers here for you that might be able to help you make that decision. Um, and so let's get into the numbers here. In this example, I'm using a $200,000 house. Now, you may be, wanting to buy a house that's higher or lower than that $200,000 range. If so, let me know, and I can put a report like this together specifically for you. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to go with $200,000 and with a 5% down payment. So you would have a $190,000 loan amount, and today's interest rate is about 6.5% for a conventional mortgage. Now, of course, that varies. That's going to vary from one person to the next. Credit interest rate is dependent on credit scores and a number of other factors. For the purpose of this video and this report, though, I wanted to go with 6.5%. So that $190,000 loan at 6.5% interest rate with property taxes and insurance and everything included, it's going to run you right around 1706 per month. Now, that same $200,000 house, if you decided, no, I want to wait until next year when the rates come down, and let's say the rates hypothetically come down to 5.5%. They drop a full point from where they are now. That home is going to increase in value from now until next year. Every year, homes typically appreciate typically 3, 4, 5% here over the last few years. We've been seeing 6% in a lot of areas. Some places in the country are even increasing in value at 10 to 15%, which is quite a bit. But just for the purpose of this video, we're going to use 6%. So that $200,000 house today would cost you $212,000 next year. And, like we said, even if we have a decrease in 1% in the interest rate, you see here the monthly payment difference. The waiting a year does on the surface, it looks like it would save you about $54 a month. So that probably looks like the best thing to do for a lot of people. Let's wait till next year when the rates go down. Even if the price tag is a little bit higher, we're gonna pay less money per month. By waiting for the rates to go down. Another option that I think is better for most people, for an awful lot of people, is what if you bought the house today, and then a year from now, when the rates go down, you refinance it. Well, by doing that, you buy that $200,000 house today. It's still going to go up in value next year. So if that same house that you could buy next year is $212, well, if you buy it today, the value is still going to be $212 next year. And you can see here the interest rate, 6.5% today, 5.5% next year. Well, what if you buy it today at $200,000 with a 6.5% interest rate, and then next year when the rates drop down, if they drop down to 5.5%, you refinance it at that time? I wonder how that looks. Well, if you look at the payment differences here, you can see here that if you waited a year, you are going to pay about $54 a month less by waiting for that 12 months. If you buy that house today, though, and then refinance it a year from now, if and when the rates do get down to about 5.5%, look at this. You're saving an additional $80 per month compared to if you would have waited a year to buy the house. So you're actually going to save money by buying the house today and refinancing it next year, compared to just waiting until next year to buy the house. And I want to show you some other numbers here. So over a 60 months, over a 5-year period, if you waited till next year to buy it, you would save about $6,300. At the same time, though, if you bought it today and refinanced it next year, you're looking at about $10,700, almost $11,000 savings compared to a $6,300 savings. That's a pretty big difference. And when you look at your net worth in that 5-year period, if you buy it today versus next year, then you are going to have about $6,000 more net worth next year, and that's because your interest rate would be lower. But if you buy it today and you refinance it next year, look at this: you got $84,000 compared to $71,700. By buying it today and refinancing it next year, you've got quite a bit more. You got $13,000 more net worth in that same 5 year period. So anyway, like I said, a lot of people on the surface think it makes sense to wait until the prices go down before they purchase. When you run the numbers and you crunch the numbers, though, I think for a lot of people it makes more sense to buy the house today at the lower price tag. Have the lower loan amount, and then once the interest rates do drop down, enough to where it makes sense to refinance, then you refinance the house. You're going to save yourself quite a bit of money, actually thousands of dollars, by buying it now and refinancing it later. And right now there's typically less competition in the market than there is. Once rates do drop down more, all the buyers that are on the sidelines right now, waiting for those rates to drop, they're all going to enter the buying market at the same time. And so if you enter the market at the same time as they do, you're going to have a lot more competition. And real estate is all about supply and demand. Just like a lot of things in life, it's supply and demand. So the less supply there is and the more demand there is, it's going to drive the prices up. So when those homes that are for sale, when there's more buyers competing for those same homes, well, then those buyers try to outbid each other, and they end up just driving the price up. So that's why the real estate values, real estate sales prices, have gone up so drastically over the past few years. Is we had really, really low interest rates, in 2020 and 21 and 22. There wasn't very many homes to choose from, and buyers were literally, crawling over each other to get into those homes, and they were just outbidding each other. And that drove the price up and drove the home values up for everybody. Well, once the rates drop back down again, over the next 6 months or 12 months, I think that's going to, maybe not to the same extreme that it was a couple of years ago, but I think that's going to happen again where, buyers are going to be, several buyers pursuing the same property, and whoever wins that property, whoever gets their offer ultimately accepted, is probably going to have to do, outbid quite a few other buyers, and quite possibly might have to even offer quite a bit more than the asking price. So you might be better off to enter the home buying market now, even with the rates a little bit higher. You might be better to do that now, pay less money for the house, and then refinance it once the rates do drop. So anyway, just something to think about. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text message, or call me at 618-741-8552. Otherwise, have a great day, and let me know if I can help you out with anything. Thank you.